Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Super 80s Podcast Friend. We are a TV theme song explorer, and we have one mission, and that is to analyze every single 1980s TV theme song. All genres, comedies, dramas, cartoons, all that shit. We love it.
All that shit.
All that shit. We love it. Speaking of loving that shit, if you love our sweet little podcast, like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Write a review. Give us some stars. Any of that type of stuff. It makes the algorithms happy, which makes us happy. And finally, if you want to hear from us, we are pretty quick to reply.
Sure.
Yeah. So if you want to reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, you can email us at super80spodcastfriend@gmail.com. We'll get back to you. We'll take your questions, comments, etc. By the way,
what about Threads?
It's funny you mentioned that, Engineer Pete. We're on Threads.
We're on Threads, damn it.
This is my second week in a row sounding kind of sultry.
Yeah,
what do you guys think of my voice?
That's your way of describing it.
Yeah.
It's a winter Wisconsin cold making me sound all sultry. I'm like Garth Knight.
Without the soul patch.
Without the soul patch. I am not Garth Knight. I'm John.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Peter.
And we are sure happy to have you guys here. We like to start out with a drink. We encourage you to join us unless you're driving. But other than that, bring a keg into Planet Fitness or whatever it is that you listen to your podcasts.
They're all at Planet Fitness.
Yeah, they are.
Every listener we have.
Exactly.
We have a very fit audience.
They're drinking at Planet Fitness, and their volume is all over the place.
Yeah, don't wear AirPods. Bring in a Bluetooth. I love people who bring Bluetooths into situations where they shouldn't and play their music, assuming we all want to hear their jams.
Yeah.
Be that person with our podcast.
Be it the beach, be it
Yeah.
the gym.
Doesn't matter. Grocery store, you got it in your cart.
Absolutely.
Be loud and obnoxious.
Yes.
That's what the world needs.
Yeah.
So what are you drinking, Ryan?
I think this is Fresh Coast from Three Sheeps Brewery.
That is correct.
What are you drinking, Engineer Pete?
Water slides from Three Sheeps.
Ooh, a double sheep.
Correct.
What's the plural of sheep? Sheep?
Sheps.
Sheep.
I don't know.
I'm drinking a Three Floyds Alpha Claus. It's a Christmas holdover.
Ho, ho, ho.
that black glass.
It's a great
it
beer.
It just looks delicious.
Yeah,
It
it's a
is.
great beer.
It is a good beer.
Yeah. Christmas time, anytime. It's a great beer.
Well, now that we got the beer and the introductions out of the way, it is time for retractions, observations, ideas, announcements, and anything like that. For those of you keeping score at home, our last episode, Square Pegs. That was a big hit.
Hitting the shorts.
Before that, we had Knight Rider. Before that, we had
Belvedere.
Belvedere. And before that,
Amen.
Amen. Nice. Ryan.
Yeah. And, well, John, can you tell us which episode it is again?
This is
37?
episode, once again,
12?
This is episode 35 for the second week in a row. We are listening to episode. We've made it to 35. Now we've got our quarter century plus 10.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And because it's our quarter century plus 10, we've got a special surprise for you guys.
Awesome.
Super.
What is it?
I got nothing.
Let it rip. Oh.
Surprise is no surprise.
I thought you had the surprise for us.
I thought I did too. I got nothing.
Okay.
But I do have some updates and retractions and all that other good stuff. But first off, you guys, anybody watch a show, have any retractions, stuff in the mailbag?
No.
No.
Well, put that on your Super 80s Podcast Friend bingo card. I believe one of the bingo squares is Pete saying just a blunt no. So if you got your bingo card out,
Pete or myself watching a show should probably be on the bingo card.
that's a good
It's
point.
Be
Hey,
a rare square to get.
Rare. It's very difficult.
bingo makes me think of grandmas.
Okay.
And listener Tyler from Madison So this goes back to our Alvin and the Chipmunks episode.
Oh, okay.
I'll first of all tell you what he wrote, and then you'll get the reference as I go. Listener Tyler from Madison, Wisconsin, spotted a grandma wearing a sequin baseball cap in the wild. Was behind her at a grocery store. It was black with the sparkles coming off. It was spectacular.
And it makes you think, doot.
If you have not listened to our Alvin and the Chipmunks episode, I think it was Pete who said when we saw the sequin baseball cap, he was like, "You usually only see those on grandmas."
And you were not wrong.
So Tyler from Madison, thank you for pointing out the grandma. Next time, if you could get her to pose with a Super 80s podcast friend sequin jacket, which we sell on our website.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super 80s podcast friend drygoods.internet.web. You can
That's the one.
You can buy it there.
US//.
We have an anonymous statistician, Tyler, and he is making a spreadsheet of our for our show, and he hasn't sent me what the stats are. But would you like to hear the categories in the spreadsheet?
Yes,
because I think this. So here we go. Here are the current categories on his spreadsheet: show genre, beers. Conky jobs. We mentioned that Conky gives tattoos and spays and neuters pets. Songwriter, song singer, references to other artists, show name / font appearance, how we vote, post-show watch ratings, retractions, comments, not experts comments, new to the show comments, John, sexual innuendo.
100%.
What else do we got here? Hold on. Oh, shit. There we go. One-liners, T-shirts. We just mentioned sequin jacket. Bars, questions, and hypotheticals. So
that's a good diverse field right there.
It is. It is a diverse field.
These are all columns in
Yes,
the spreadsheet?
these are all columns.
Okay.
I like it.
Fantastic.
Corinthian. Is that a type of column? Dorian?
Different type of columns, but
No. Remember drawing those in social studies, like in
Kinda.
10th grade?
No.
You're doing your Greek unit, and your teacher gets bored and needs a break, so they're like, draw columns for a week.
I'm glad I don't remember that.
I'm
Man.
sure you did a great job.
Sure.
I do have one retraction. Retraction time. That could have been on Dallas.
Yeah, I could have.
During the Knight Rider episode, I mentioned a pitch toggle switch to make the keyboard go.
Yeah.
It's a pitch wheel.
Pitch
I should
wheel,
have known
yeah.
that, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a switch. It's a...
I've dabbled in keyboards in my
switches
day.
are digital.
Yeah.
Wheels are analog.
Yeah. What about the switch on my Les Paul? That's analog, isn't it?
Does it go on and off?
Yeah.
Technically, that's considered digital.
No shit. It's binary.
It's a 1 or a 0.
1 or a 0.
There you go.
Oh. They don't call him Engineer Pete for
Mhm.
nothing, folks.
Just blew my mind right there.
Yeah.
There was a guy at college who we referred to as a digital drinker. He was a very friendly guy, bit of a nerd, but he was either sober or very
He
drunk.
was either 1 or 0. He
Well,
was either 1 or 0.
Listener Yura, can you confirm when I lived in Finland, some of my Finnish friends told me Finns don't go out for a beer. Like if you ask a Finn to go out for a drink,
Right.
buckle the hell up.
Right.
There's no go out for one beer. You go out for 10 beers, then have a shot of Koskenkorva, and then have 4 more beers and a couple more shots and call it a night.
Okay.
So like asking a Finn to go out for a Schvet.
A Schvet? You just make that up? he's just laughing.
Maybe he's really.
That doesn't. Is that a new thing?
Yeah, I just made it up.
If you want to get our Ask a Finn to go out for a Schvet T-shirt, go to 80s podcast Dry Good Friend webinar for Schvet. Wow. So, moving on. I didn't watch an episode of Knight Rider because I couldn't find one at work. But I was able to find a bunch of YouTube clips, and the Knight Rider official page from NBC has a bunch of clips. So I watched a couple, and I figured it was pretty much like watching an episode.
Yeah, probably.
So here's what I got. I watched the one where Michael Long awakens as Michael Knight. It's episode 1. And it's like, you remember the Metallica video for One?
Yeah. Yes.
With it's Johnny got his gun clips.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of like that.
Like
Michael's
he's having flashbacks.
Yes.
Nice.
So Michael's benefactor and the doctor are talking about how he shouldn't be alive. He
Good
was
grief.
shot point blank in the face, but he has a metal plate in his forehead, and they go like this, likely from the military. And because of the way the bullet had exited the metal plate, the doctor said, we'll never know what he looked like. So that gave the benefactor an opportunity to make him look like Garth. At one
It's
point,
like, oh, I've got this other kid I don't like.
at one point,
I've got an idea, Doc.
Golly.
One point, the doctor's like, it's not just a coincidence that he looks like a younger version of you, is it? And the benefactor just kind of looks off into the space. So that was that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then I go to another clip, and this is from, who knows what season this one's from. Michael's trying to corner a cowboy, literally a cowboy. He's got info on some bad stuff going on. So he talks to Kit, and he says, Kit, I want you to pretend you're a UFO. So Kit goes up to the cowboy and starts cornering him, right? And this guy's running, and Kit's cruising up toward him, and he's chasing after the cowboy. And he's like, you will tell us the information about who you're working for. And the guy's like, who are you? What are you? Are you a UFO? And during this time, Michael Knight's laying in the front seat laughing his ass off as this poor guy's pissing his pants thinking the kid's an alien.
Okay.
So there was that. He thought he was about to probe him. In another clip, Michael...
Slid that one in there, huh?
In another clip, Michael Knight interrogates a young Jason Bateman.
Almost.
Almost.
Young Jason Bateman, who has been running from a game warden who won't let him go fishing.
Hold
or
on,
something.
Bateman?
Bateman, yeah, Jason Bateman. So one thing I learned in the 4 clips I watched is they definitely use Kit to intimidate and freak people out a lot.
Yeah. Good comedy.
He'll just creep alongside somebody, and then like he'll like disappear, and then he'll come and get him from another angle.
Oh, funny.
At one point, when he was creeping on Bateman, he like drove up to Bateman, and Bateman freaks out, and then he disappears, and then he comes on the other angle of Bateman, and Kit goes like this, "Help me!"
Oh.
Yeah, creepy shit.
And at any point when Kit was doing this stuff, could you see the person dressed as
I
a driver's seat?
No,
I'm guessing they did not use the obvious clips on their website.
And I got to be honest with you guys, I put in a solid 7 minutes on this.
I'm actually, the most shocking thing about this is that NBC has a dedicated website to Knight Rider.
Yeah, they got a YouTube channel filled with clips, hundreds of clips,
I mean,
all around 2 to 8 minutes.
I guess I'm surprised by that. Like, Knight Rider was a popular show, but it wasn't like...
But what is their investment?
Nothing.
In
some
that? They've already
some intern's time.
Yeah.
Right, and I get fed a couple Starburst ads, and Bob's your uncle.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, Mitch, go down in the basement, find us those Knight Rider clips, and pick any 6 you want and throw them on the internet.
And one of the last one I watched, someone stole Kit, and you get the feeling Kit likes being stolen because he can just mess with people.
I see.
Yeah, so it was very A-Team, very Airwolf.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be against watching an episode, but
Can't find one.
I mean, I didn't look very hard.
They got that shit on lock.
One of you guys maybe should check it out.
You've gotten your fill, is what you're saying.
I'm fine. Yeah, it's again Magnum PI, Airwolf, A-Team. There's a formula to these types of shows, and it seems to do it well.
But yeah, I mean, I'm curious, but you've heard the phrase "never meet your heroes," and having fond memories of that show, I feel like I will watch an episode and be like, "Wow, that was freaking stupid."
I don't know. I think again, if you've watched an A-Team, I mean, they're fine.
Do you remember the movie Tango and Cash?
Oh yeah, Stallone and
Is that? Oh, I was thinking Turner and Hooch.
No,
yeah.
it was Stallone.
Also with a dog.
And what's his face?
Yeah, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Yeah.
I love
And
Kurt Russell.
in middle school, I was maybe early high school. I saw that and thought it was so awesome. Then I remember being in college,
Yeah.
and like at an after bar, somebody throws in
Turner and Hooch.
Tango
like
and Cash.
10 minutes of Tango and Cash, and I'm like, wow, I cannot believe
Damn.
how awful. Like, it basically just ruined the memory. But So
Stallone has glasses in that, right? Like he's a cop that has
and
glasses.
he's
Like
supposed
tries to
to
make
be
him
like
look
this real
intelligent.
sophisticated
Yeah.
cop. It's so
If I could do it, and you can do it, we all can do it.
Yep.
Rocky Four?
Yeah.
It's a great. Now that movie's great.
When
Paulie's got the robot?
That's great. Oh yeah.
Hey, didn't we talk about the survive? Didn't the we had a moment
We had a little
with Rocky Four. This is
Yeah.
our second Rocky. Hey,
was
anonymous
the guy from
statistician.
Survivor. Yeah. What song
Yeah.
did he sing? I can't remember.
Baywatch. One of the two Baywatches.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Very recognizable voice.
Yes.
Once it's laid out there.
Burning Heart.
Yeah.
And the burning heart, just about to burst.
Very critical scene in that movie because
It
he's
is.
got a lot to think about.
Sure does.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a big ass Russian
gonna
and
kill
his mentor's honor to defend.
I will break you.
What's he gonna do? Yes, pumping him.
Paulie's robot.
It's great. It's
Good
great.
shit.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Can you believe people listen to our podcast?
Yeah, maybe it's time to move it along.
So good. Oh man. I think that's actually it though. If you happen to tune into episode 34, which we thought was episode 35, holy shit, did I go on forever. That's it. That was a pretty concise wrap up. Pitch wheel. Geddy Lee uses it on many Rush songs in the 80s.
Oh, interesting.
80s Rush is kind of weird.
Suburbs,
Subdivisions.
yeah.
In the shopping malls,
Yeah.
subdivisions. In the backs of cars.
Yeah,
That's what Square Pegs needed for their damn theme song.
That's true.
true.
Would have fit. It would've
Hey,
fit.
listener, do a montage. Give us the Square Pegs creepy sanitarium intro, but give us just the Rush subdivision song over the top.
Yeah, have AI figure out what Rush would sound like singing the Square Pegs.
No.
Yes.
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 No. That's great.
I think we don't need AI. We've got it right there. That's it.
Pete, that was awesome. Where are we?
I have no idea.
Oh, hey.
Conky.
We have a robot. His name is Conky. He does many things for the people of the neighborhood. He paints houses, shovels snow. He was out shoveling for us.
He's a beekeeper.
He's a beekeeper. He's all around a good fella. Yeah. And Conky, in addition to that, is about to tell us what 1980s TV legendary classic we're about to review. Conky!
Ready to assist you. Pee-wee.
Morning, Conky.
What's today's secret word?
Today's secret word is American Gladiators.
Good God.
Oh, Jesus.
Had to happen. This is 80s?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Barely.
Wow.
This, I mean, everybody knows what American Gladiators is.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
but like it's almost in a category of its own, right? Like
So
I don't
weird.
know what category this fits in.
So weird.
Well, it's time to share memories, right? And I'm guessing we all have some.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
American Gladiators. Ryan or Pete, one of you two start us out. I'm going to kick back with this wonderful beer and listen to what you got.
Main first memory would be tennis ball gun,
Yeah, for sure.
because there was that last challenge where somebody sat up on a tower and just tried to blast contestants with a tennis ball gun.
While they tried to run from like one hiding spot to the
Yeah.
next, right?
Yes. And there was like a sort of like a football one where they had to try. It was almost like a football and basketball combined, but they had like these low garbage can size things.
Oh
and they had to,
yeah.
like, run
Had to put like
a certain distance and like
yes, and try to not get tackled by
Stuff
the
the
big
ball.
like
Yep.
linebacker looking dude. Yeah.
yes, that's
And I, the one that I always remember is the giant Q-tip. I always called it a giant Q-tip that they
Okay.
would smack each
Yeah,
other
like
with.
a jousting stick.
Yeah, right. They were up on these huge platforms, and they just are trying to beat the daylights out of each other with big
Yeah.
Q-tips.
yeah.
Were you guys both regular watchers?
I don't know. I would it was never a show that was sought out, but it always happened to. It was on very frequently.
Yeah.
I would say it that way.
Yeah,
Pete?
I would agree. I don't totally remember, like, again, yeah, no. I 100% agree with Ryan. Don't remember seeking it out, but it definitely was on.
I remember, did they, and Pete, if you haven't heard, Pete gets zapped information into his brain from Conky. They got there it is. They got a weird symbiotic relationship going on. Did they have like names like Hawk and like
Oh yeah.
right? They didn't have, it wasn't like,
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't like Bill Stevens.
No.
It was like,
Now that I have been zapped
Like
information, I can tell you names
video
included people
games.
like Malibu, Lace, Zap, Gemini, Nitro, Blaze, Bronco, Gold, Laser, Titan, Ice, Thunder, Turbo, Storm, Tower, Viper, Atlas.
Yeah. Nitro was my favorite. I know exactly what it looks like.
so you had a favorite, so you were in.
Oh yeah.
Now, I don't know if Pete, I don't know if you're going to get into this. Was there merchandising? Were there like toys?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
interesting.
Because
Okay.
that sounds sort of familiar.
Yeah.
You know who these guys remind me of? Who was the USA team in WWF? Do you remember them?
Oh yeah. They like the. Are you talking about like the Can-Am Connection? Or are you talking about like they were like a tag team?
Yeah.
Can-Am standing for Canadian and American.
Yeah, that's not the USA Connection. Are you thinking of Barry Windham and
Love this.
are you
I
thinking
love
of
that you know this stuff?
Rick Martel and Tom Zank? They
Hold
were,
on. I'm going to get a picture. You guys keep talking. I've got the record over here in the record collection.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was a competition TV show. It aired in syndication from September of '89. So
All right.
it made it in the '80s
Just dips his toes in.
by 3 months. Yep. But it went through May of '96. So that was 7 seasons, 208 episodes.
Wow.
Typically, there were 4 competitors per episode, 2 men, 2 women.
Okay.
The contenders faced off in a series of physical challenges against the Gladiators.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Could you back up that last part? Typically, how was the show set up?
4 competitors, so 2 contestants and 2
Just 2
gladiators.
men,
Like
2
so,
women,
2 regular
right?
jack-offs.
No, they had to try out.
Okay.
They had to pass. My understanding was that the pull-ups was like the main cutoff point for a lot of people.
Oh,
'Cause
interesting.
They had like minimums for like things that people
Minimum
had to be able-
standards.
I was never good at the pull-ups.
No. And so depending on the season, there were different formats as far as like season-long tournaments, with some seasons having a winner compete against the champion from the prior season, other ones having like bracketed. Like it was
Okay.
very overcomplicated.
Okay.
I'm guessing that was to like try and get long-term,
Right.
Engagement.
Right.
And this is, I'm sorry, I was away from the microphone. 89 to what?
96.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was this a once a week or a couple times a week?
It was syndication. So
Okay. Doesn't.
don't
who
know.
knows? Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
feel
this
like
thing was milling around.
I feel like I watched this on like it was like a Saturday night, like a 6 or 7 o'clock on a Saturday is when it aired when we were watching it, and I feel like in my head it reminds me of the. Do you guys remember when Fox first became a
Yeah,
station?
absolutely.
And Fox had the weirdest programming. They had Simpsons, they had Married with Children, Cops, and then they had like this. And I feel like this was like the weirdest shit. That
Very
was
good
out
call.
there.
Very good call. Because that's
Yeah.
when Channel 24 became something different. Like,
Correct.
Yep. That's a great call.
Yeah, like that's what it reminds me of. Like,
Yeah.
there's only one station that would play this weird show, and it's that station.
Hell yeah.
right?
Yeah. So, like I said, a ton of events. I could say some of the names, but I don't know if they'll. Powerball, Gauntlet, Pyramid, Swing Shot, Breakthrough, the Eliminator.
Yeah.
I think.
There's one where they fired, and this might have been like in the final thing where they fired a rocket arrow at somebody, right? Where they're up on a. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like they had to take off running, and the Gladiator had like a. It was
Like a
like,
bazooka?
bazooka. It was like a bazooka that they were firing off at these
Nice.
folks, right?
Ridiculous.
Yes. And there was another one that I it might have been the swing shot, but like a gladiator would stand on a tower.
Oh, yes.
And the other person would swing on a rope and
Yes.
try and knock them off the tower.
Like the old Mountain Dew commercial. Remember when people would swing on the
Oh,
Mountain?
yeah. Back
and
in
they
the
would
early
come
80s?
and they had and the gladiator had like a little slim padding thing, like shield that they would use.
Yeah.
But unlike the Mountain Dew commercials, they're not wearing cut-off jean shorts, aviators, and smoking cigs.
And not landing in a river.
Right.
yeah, no, these people are all in spandex,
Right.
American themed. There was frequent injuries on
Like
this.
us right now.
Yes. Frequent injuries on the show.
Oh, interesting.
And I believe they had health insurance, but they were not paid while they were injured. So, I mean, these people just got screwed over.
Is there some like weird stories about their is there like a weird like Netflix documentary about how
There is a Netflix documentary, and
Well, all of these gladiators had to be on steroids.
some of it's very
They
sad.
were all
sad stuff?
Yeah.
So yeah, the cast was plagued by rumors of steroids and other drugs, and then they instituting test because there's a lot of baseball was coming out with a lot of accusations of steroids and
Sure.
acknowledging that
Are people
problem.
still doing steroids?
Probably.
Listeners, you doing steroids?
Not the anabolic steroids that they were doing back then, but
the
they're doing.
Venn diagram of people listening to our shitty podcast and people doing steroids. Wait, Planet Fitness.
Hey,
Where you at?
let us know.
How's the
Whatever happened to all the roid heads?
What's the PED market like at Planet Fitness?
But they implemented a testing policy, but like
Good grief.
the contestants would get like 6 weeks notice.
In 6 weeks, we will give you a steroid test.
And there was actually a tour in 91 to 92 where they traveled to 114 cities over 50 weeks. So like the contestants
Wichita,
were local,
Green Bay.
Totally.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so I think
Rockford.
the swing shot, I think it was in one of the early seasons, one of the gladiators called Malibu got knocked off the tower, and like in the production they were like, oh, recovered on the beach, but in fact he had like gotten a heavy concussion and like broken some ribs and shit, and was not on the show anymore after that.
Wow. Poor Malibu.
Or Malibu.
Yeah. And they received $0 on merchandising, which included toys. There was
Of their
yeah.
likeness?
Oh yeah, totally of them. There was toys. There was a Nintendo game. There was apparel. After season 3, some of the cast members tried to renegotiate that, and then in season 4, there's a bunch of new cast members.
Jeez.
Yeah. Wow. Ruthless.
Ruthless.
Yes.
Vince McMahon gave better deals than American
Well,
Gladiators.
speaking of, so I grabbed the wrestling album. Listeners, I don't know if you can see this right now. These two yahoos.
Yeah, it's Barry Windham and that's Paul Roma.
What was their team name then?
Hold on.
Because those are terrible stage names.
Yeah, Barry Windham and Paul Roma.
How do you know who they are?
What are you talking about?
Like, I know my wrestling.
Yes.
Clearly, you don't.
Yeah. Barry Windham. Yeah, they were. It was something USA though. It was like I don't remember.
Nice jackets.
Yeah.
We're looking at the wrestling album.
Say the
Yeah,
name of the
WWF
album.
So,
wrestling
yeah, it's
album.
the WWF The Wrestling Album. It has songs by, Junkyard
Which is a
Dog
true
and-
classic.
It is. It's great. Mean Gene Okerlund singing Tutti Frutti.
Yeah.
That you would take that over the waitresses.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just checking. Okay, so the theme song to American Gladiators was written by Bill Conti.
Oh,
Now, Bill
Karate Kid.
Bill has a resume.
Karate Kid. Hey.
He scored.
Karate Kid.
Speaking of Rocky, earlier he scored Rocky 1, 2, 3, and
Holy
5.
shit.
Karate Kid 1 through 3, including
You know
writing the music for the best around.
Damn right.
Joe Esposito.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. So this song's going to be
Rocky.
amazing.
All the Rockies and the Karate Kids. Oh.
Give it and I'll be back for me.
Don't even need to listen.
Don't need to hear
Are we at
this song.
50 minutes? Let's just call it.
Yeah.
This guy's
I'll be back.
immediately in Gary Portnoy territory.
Yeah, absolutely. They're fishing in Lake Winnebago together.
They
Damn
are.
right. Oh,
Might
yeah.
even be a smaller lake than that. He also scored a ton of other films, as well as he did the TV theme show or TV themes for Dynasty, Falcon Crest.
Holy
and
cow.
Jeez, what's his name? Vance Stack?
Yeah, you're real close. Bill Conti.
Fans.
He also has a master's from Juilliard.
Of course he does.
Yeah, you bet your ass he does.
And at the Oscar show where
The Oscar-
what I don't know what's the
I believe it's called Oscar Show.
Oscar
The
award
Oscar
Ceremony?
show.
Awards?
award ceremony.
Let's go with the Oscar Show.
At the Oscars, when Rocky won 3 Oscars,
Wow.
he served as the musical director for that telecast.
Oh, wow.
Not
So
even
did he
knowing-
write "Gonna Fly Now"?
That's a question I don't know the
I
answer
think
to.
he did. I do.
Check this out.
But he
also-
even if he didn't, this guy's amazing.
He
Yeah.
proceeded to serve as the musical director for the Oscars 19 more times, which is a record.
Whoa, what the hell? Why not?
Bill Conti wrote "Gonna Fly Now."
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man,
Which
give this
was like
guy
a-
and I'll be back, and let's just.
That was
Talk
like a
about-
charted hit in the 70s.
Well, but we did learn about Mr. Scott in last episode, and
That's
he
true.
had a very impressive resume, and his instrumental outro to Square Pegs kind of sucked.
That's fair. A little. We need
Yeah.
a little drama here.
Yep.
So, is
Engineer Pete, that's some awesome detective work you did on
Yeah.
American Gladiators with just 4 seconds notice. So you and Conky do great work.
Now, let me ask this question. All of us have memories of American Gladiators, the show. Do any of you have any recollection of what the intro is at all? Because I have nothing.
Yeah, because normally we ask. No, I got nothing.
I have nothing. Like I have no recollection of what it could be, whether it's a song or.
I'm assuming it has
speaking.
no words.
Right.
I would assume the same. I'm going to predict keyboard horns.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think that's probably
So
what
maybe
it is.
some keyboard trumpets.
It's very kind of like Olympic sounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps. Oh, let's see.
All right. Anything else before we do our first run through here? We're going to listen to the theme song. Now, one last question. I'm assuming it's the same theme song for all 7 years.
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Shit. Oh. Yeah? You going for another? Well, this is worthy of mention. Speaking of American Gladiators, Ryan's going in for a second beer. That's a little slow clap for that. Hell yeah.
We're
Well,
not good at keeping time. That was not a
Well,
slow
you know,
clap.
you had that Fresh Coast. That's a real light beer. And
Oh, what the hell? I mean,
yeah,
yes.
you bet your ass. We're about to listen to Bill
Conti.
Conti,
American
American
Gladiators.
Gladiators.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sometimes you need a second.
I
boost.
should have given you a wave when you were up.
That's a nice sound. That's a real nice sound. All right. Without further ado, Bill Conti and his brass band will be.
Oh, I think it's harpsichord maracas.
It's Cuba. It's 1923. And we got a little bossa nova here from Bill Conti. And
The boss and
From Universal Studios.
Damn it, John. Damn it, John.
I've been around the block, boys.
100% right there.
There are some keyboard trumpets. Da,
Wow.
da, 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 da. And we got an
Fanfare,
announcer.
I think is what we could call that.
Great
Well,
use of the word
yes.
fanfare, Pete.
Well done.
Do you guys know the Kiss album Music from the Elder?
Nope.
It's a concept album. It's widely panned, not very popular, but there's a fanfare component to that album.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was like, I thought you were going somewhere else. Right.
How if it was widely panned, how do you rate it?
Like as a Kiss album or just as an album in general or just broadly?
Either one. Throw out both numbers.
We're going 0 to 10. I give it a solid 7.5.
What is this 80s Kiss?
Just barely, I think like 81, 82.
Oh, yeah. So, like, okay.
Before the, I love like full on 80s Kiss. When they
Yeah,
were just-
like mid to
Oh,
late
yeah.
80s Kiss. Yeah.
just
it's-
crusty.
Yeah. Different. Yeah. They kind of had a weird period in there where I think they're a little bit.
They were figuring it out.
They were figuring it out. Are we wearing this makeup? Are we not wearing this makeup? Are we
Shouldn't they have figured it out by that point in their careers?
Think of them as Odysseus.
Okay, let's just keep going with this fanfare.
Knows Hollywood.
All right. Yeah. Yes.
First off, whether that's a keyboard trumpet or a real trumpet, that guy's not messing around.
Yeah, he's playing.
And what did he say? Something about live from Hollywood, California, or something.
Live from Hollywood Studios.
I think there's some announcement.
Yeah.
Is it? What was the name of the instrument? That like in medieval? Like I'm trying to think of like a long trumpet, but without the curves.
Yeah, what the hell is that thing?
That's what I'm thinking of when I'm hearing this. But I know it probably is a real trumpet, not.
What's the name of that really long trumpet in medieval times?
This is good podcasting.
Yeah.
Buizine.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry I asked that question.
Playing the bouzine.
This is American Gladiators.
Okay. Now we're getting to the meat and potatoes.
So we start out with this little fanfare.
Yep.
And then we got, who's the guy who said, "Let's get ready to rumble"? Mark Sawtooth or something like that?
Sure.
If you say so.
Johnny Appleseed.
Saying,
yeah. American Gladiators.
All right.
Yeah.
Wide search. 22 men and women have come to Hollywood to challenge our force of American.
So there's a bunch of shit going on here. We should probably figure out what he's all mumbling here. But we've got that fanfare.
Yep.
But rock and roll in the backbeat.
Yeah. Meanwhile, guys going 22 contestants.
Yeah, and so like I said, season to season, what he is saying probably varied.
Yeah, I think this is the 89 season.
One.
Yeah,
okay.
season 1.
Well, I like it. I think it's engaging. It's got kind of a cool little keyboard vibe. It's not bad.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Gladiators for a single honor to become American Gladiators champion. Now here are your American Gladiators.
It's a single honor. We want to make that clear.
So what has he all said here so far?
That there are 22 contestants who have
flown to
Hollywood for the chance to have the single honor
of being American Gladiator champion.
Yeah. And they're going to take on their American Gladiators, and now he's going to tell us who those Gladiators are.
All right, I love this.
Yeah, he's going through the lineup.
Gladiators Nitro.
Yep, he's the best.
Lace.
The music's gotten very game show.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah. I mean, you can barely hear it.
Yeah,
it's fallen way too far behind.
And you've got fake crowd in there as well. Yeah. Like RBI baseball. It's like
yeah, I was gonna say NES crowd.
Right.
Double dribble.
Yeah, double dribble.
Blaze.
Gemini, he was a warrior.
Titan.
Kaizen?
Titan.
Kaizen.
Close.
Gemini. Kaizen over there.
Kaizen.
Kaizen. It's part of the Six Sigma system of quality control.
Yeah. Hold on.
Zap.
Sally?
And I think I heard you say that when you were talking. Zap? Z-A-P?
Zap. I mean, I don't think there were two. Like, you would think 12-year-old boys created the names of all, maybe even 9-year-old boys created the names of all these characters.
I mean, that's really far down on the
Zap.
pendulum, though. Like, I get a Nitro, I get a Gemini, even a Lace, but a Zap?
You get Lace, like, I don't, like, there's
I
supposed
don't
to be
get
warriors,
it,
but
I don't get it. But, like, Zap seems worse than Lace to me. I don't know. Zap? It's like the 60s Batman. Pow, boom, zap. Right?
yeah.
I love it. This is great.
Gold.
Gold?
Dole?
Gold.
Oh. Goal or gold?
Gold.
G-O-L-D.
Gold would have been cooler.
Gold.
True.
Or dole.
Laser.
Blazer.
Not Blaze, but Blazer.
He always wears a sport coat.
Like suit pants?
No, it's
Or
laser.
like-
It's laser. It's laser.
Blazer. I'm picturing a navy blue sport coat with blue or gold nautical buttons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Blazer.
Your American Gladiators.
Wow.
The tune just got real.
I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
keeping the energy up.
Oh, dude.
It sounds 90210-ish to me.
Yeah, I can hear that. Little Johnny Davis.
Yeah.
Maybe Johnny Davis was hanging out with Vance Law.
With Bill Conti.
Bill Conti.
The host for American Gladiators, Mike Adamley, and his co-host, Todd Christensen.
Wait, there's a host. Hold on. Number one, there was a host in this show.
Yes.
And number two, did they say it was Todd Christensen?
That was the name.
Todd Christensen was an NFL. Played for the Raiders.
Really?
There's a host and a co-host. So let's just
Two hosts.
under John Madden.
zip back for a sec.
I don't think so. He was more like a 70, like post Madden.
Mike Adamley was the host. Does that name ring any bells?
I know who that is, but I don't think he was a professional athlete.
Okay.
That rings a bell.
Todd Christensen.
Todd Christensen is the co-host,
Yeah.
and he looks like an ex-football player. He's got a mullet, and he's huge,
Yeah, yeah.
and a big mustache.
Like was I don't remember what position he played, but he was like a tight end, offensive lineman kind of guy.
The theme it reminds me of other things. I can't quite put my finger on what it is, but
It has like a melody to
Yeah.
it that is not insulting,
no.
right?
But again, with this guy's pedigree, similar to Mr. Scott from the Square Pegs, I kind of had some higher expectations.
That's fair.
I mean, for the guy who wrote the music to Best Around
And
from
Rocky.
The Karate Kid.
Dun, 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 dun. History repeats itself in front of me.
Yeah. So, yeah, not bad, but maybe has a little higher expectations.
Well, let's get a visual
Should we
on
take a look
this.
at this?
Yeah, let's
Take a look at this sumbitch.
let's take a gander at this sumbitch. There she
Give
comes.
me a Diablo sandwich.
Yes, maybe two. So we are going to take a peek at the American Gladiators theme song. We encourage you every week, but maybe this week more than ever, watch along. What the hell? We're about to see Blazer and Shane and everybody else.
Chaps.
From Universal Studios Hollywood.
Now, let's just start here. You go to Universal Studios in 1989. Are you spending your time going to American Gladiators
Yes.
telecast versus the Back to the Future?
I'm trying to think. I would have been. Wait, what year?
89.
89. So that's like
13?
Back to the Future 2,
13?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I might have gone to this. I don't know.
I might have.
I was
To be honest
I
with
was
you-
kind of a dumb kid.
Honest with you, I probably would go to see a taping of American Gladiators today
Yeah.
because I would be highly entertained.
They've tried to revive it. I think at some point in the 90s they had a dinner theater in Orlando.
A dinner theater?
Like if you think of medieval times, but with American Gladiators.
Oh, my.
Love it.
Who wouldn't want to be the guy with that huge cannon with tennis balls and you're just rifling it at...
I think that really could be an attraction just in itself, where everybody pays
Totally.
$50. They get a tennis ball cannon, and then people run around in front of them, and they just get to shoot at them.
Give me 2 minutes in that. I'll pay money to do that. Both ends of it. I'll be the shooter and let me run around and see if I
You
can
want to
get...
run and dodge? Oh,
Yeah, what the hell?
sure.
Right?
It's starting to sound like an episode of Airwolf.
Yeah, it is. Look at those.
This
So,
is
now we're-
American Gladiators.
You're in the arena.
This this looks like the cover of the Black Crowes album. Doesn't it?
Minus
Bow,
It's just a triangle of the American flag.
minus the hair.
Minus the hair. Right?
I think you're onto something. And then we got the Mountain Dew rope swinger.
Yeah, there it was. Yeah, that's what they're showing right there. There's the Q-tip.
There's your Q-tip.
Oh,
This is weird.
I mean, we're seeing a lot of fast clips.
A lot of fast clips.
These people are getting their ass kicked. Every single one of these clips. I mean, they're getting tackled, and these tackling moves are illegal in the NFL today. I mean, what's happening to these people?
Spearing or what's?
They're taking them and throwing them down at head over
What's
heels.
that concussion thing called? CET. CET. Yeah. So we're seeing some of that.
And they had helmets on.
Did
They
they?
look totally safe.
Yeah, those look like legit helmets.
Cloth.
Gladiators champion. Now here are your American Gladiators, Nitro.
All right, so we got Nitro.
Yeah, Nitro. He's
got an
a
AC
badass-
Slater
he's
vibe.
AC Slater, well put. Yeah, that's
Hey, let's do this for everyone. Let's think of somebody else.
Lace.
Tina Turner.
But white.
Lace.
and a broad-shouldered Tina Turner.
She looks like a
I
linebacker.
think a lot of the ladies are very broad-shouldered.
Lace.
Jackie Joyner Kersey.
Nice.
Gemini.
Shit.
That's what's his name from Rocky? Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, Apollo, huh? Big ass dude.
Titan.
Engineer Pete.
Yes.
Were the people we're seeing now in, like, I know you mentioned after one of the seasons when there was contract disputes they were gone, but like, was there staying power with some of these people? Or to put it another way, were any of these people popular?
Oh, I think they were all
Oh, yeah.
popular within their own seasons.
Okay.
Nitro was on for many seasons.
Okay.
So was Gemini.
Yeah, some of the people that
So
had
these
some
people,
staying
like-
power.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like,
They
Lace
just
was
had to-
on for a bunch of seasons.
They
Like,
just
some
had to
of these-
not get fired and not get permanently injured.
Yeah. Titan looks like Eddie Winslow from
Family
Family
Matters?
Matters. Yeah.
Zap.
So this whole intro is just showing like a 1980s bathroom floor,
Yeah. Correct.
and then these names just keep piling
Correct.
in.
This looks like an NES video game.
It does.
I
look
mean,
like a
the
video game.
whole spiel of it. I don't know who the hell Zap looks like. She looks like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Gold.
All these, they all look the same.
Yeah,
right?
that's
They're all
fair. We can't.
blonde, with a little bit poofy '80s hair.
Yep. Bigger shoulders.
And laser.
Laser. Who the hell does he look like?
He's got an infomercial vibe to him.
Yeah, he does. He looks like. I think you just best described it.
Your American Gladiators.
These are some roided up peeps.
That's what I was saying. Every one of these
Yes.
gladiators are totally on roids, and we're talking old-fashioned anabolic steroids. These are not like your performance-enhancing drugs. This
is a different era.
There's needles.
These are needles, right? Correct.
I believe one of them did get stopped at the Mexican border. Also had a gun in his car, but then I believe
Sounds like a Warren Zevon.
the security agent or the border patrol, whatever person it is that inspects customs.
Yeah.
Customs. Sorry. Basically, just confiscated the contraband and
Behind
gave
your
him a
way.
warning. Like,
They're like, you're Titan, aren't you?
yeah, it was something like that.
Did you
Yeah.
Zap?
Hey, Zap. Send lawyers, guns, and money.
Rather small
I
crowd,
was about to
actually.
say, doesn't look like a huge venue.
So not a lot of people at Universal Studios took
It's
that.
the small studio.
Maybe
that they
that's the
got here.
best move.
Yeah.
The host for American Gladiators, Mike Adamley, and his co-host, Todd Christensen.
Yeah. So Todd Christensen,
He flexed his muscle on his way down the stairs.
Yeah, the reason that's where they're getting their roids from. Todd Christensen. I mean, these guys from the Raiders in the '80s were a classic.
He does have a giant head.
And a mullet, beautiful mullet. I mean, it's beautiful.
Flowing.
Yeah,
Flowing
curly. Like,
He's jogging down some steps in a tuxedo.
yeah, he is. Look at that.
Wow. Well, there you have it, folks. American Gladiators starts in '89, goes all the way to 1996, I believe you said.
Yeah.
That's Unbelievable.
Long run.
It's a hell of a long run. Well, we've heard the song. We've watched the theme. There's only one thing left to do. Let's vote for this sumbitch.
U.S. Express. That was the name of Barry Windham and Paul Roma's tag team.
Nice work.
Thank you.
Barry
I know you
Windham.
guys were unbaited.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, I was
Wasn't going to be able to sleep tonight.
I wasn't really able to podcast. I was sort of putting myself on autopilot. I was trying to think about the USA
U.S. Express.
All right, let's do some voting. I'd like to get a little drama built up here, so let me just see here. Let's start with Ryan.
I love Bill Conti. I love everything that he's done. I have a lot of respect for him.
Did you know his name before tonight?
I didn't know he had anything to do with this. Yeah, Bill Conti for sure. I knew right away. Yeah, I have a weird affinity for the Karate Kid soundtrack, and I owned the Karate Kid soundtrack. So I was very familiar with him. This is a pile of dog shit. I mean, it's not.
I didn't think that's where you were
I
going.
didn't either. He's a Conti guy, right? He's a Conti guy.
Nothing here. There's nothing redeemable. There's nothing redeemable.
Love it.
You're in big trouble, mister.
All right, so we got one thumbs down. I think we're gonna slide over to Pete.
I'm conflicted, and especially when we have voiceovers and introductions and things like that. Same thing with like He-Man. Like it's hard to focus on the actual song itself when someone's bebopping and scatting all over it. And that's definitely true with this one. I am actually gonna give it an "I'll be back." I think the concept was just so weird of the whole show. So having like this weird fanfare, Gladiator, whatever song is accurate. Whether or not, I don't know. I'm conflicted because it fits the show, but whether or not it's a good song, I'm not sure. But Conky
doesn't matter.
Conky doesn't want to give me that "I'll be back," so
Let's see if Ryan can touch Conky over there.
I'll be back.
Ryan's got the magic touch.
Well, we got ourselves a tie ball game team.
So what do you
I
got for us?
was hoping to
Mr.
build
John?
a little drama here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a sucker for a melodic
Yeah.
tune. I believe "Love Connection" is one that kind of rings a bell. Where I was just there's a little melody and it brings me joy.
Sure.
A little keyboard. And this one checks a lot of boxes in that. There's what do we call it? Fanfare.
Fanfare.
There's some fanfare, and then we get the drums kicking in, giving us a little rock and roll vibe. It's all around a party, but no, this song sucks.
Yeah.
This is so weird that I feel like I voted "I'll be back" out of peer pressure, and now I've been left hanging dry. And why the fuck?
You're in big trouble,
There we go.
mister.
There we go.
Yeah.
2 thumbs down for
All right.
Ken Conti, and now we've got
You say his name.
Bill Conti.
Say his
Hey,
name.
but I do agree with Ryan that Conti. I mean, I didn't know him until today, but that's some of my favorite '80s tunes. Right, "You're the Best Around," the Rocky theme. The guy's no slouch.
Yeah.
This is, in my opinion, not his best work.
No, it's a pile of garbage.
It's not memorable.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's fine. Even the best have garbage.
Yep.
That's fine.
So
even the best
even
around.
the best around, including
Nothing's gonna
Bill
stop.
Conti and what was Mr. Scott's name from the Tom Scott
Tom Scott. Yeah.
from the Blues Brothers and
Tom Holland.
possibly the LA Express. Is that a fusion jazz band or something? He recorded with everybody, but
Yeah.
he also gave us a pile of shit on
Yeah,
It happens.
it
Square
happens.
Pegs.
It happens, right?
Yeah.
Everybody phones it in sometimes.
I think that he spent, we talked last week about Tom Scott spending basically an hour on the outro to Square Pegs. I think Conti spent more than an hour
just
on
because
this.
it's more
This is
complicated.
better.
But,
Yeah, right. Like
This
it's-
isn't the worst theme song we've
No. But
but it might be the worst one he's ever written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was a frickin' hoot to listen to, and man, just the memories of Gladiators. My wife is a huge American Gladiators fan.
What?
She likes this type of show.
She likes seeing people get hurt.
There was a show a while ago. There was a show. It was like that. It was. I got nothing, man.
American Ninja
American Ninja Warrior, or the one where they did the obstacle courses?
Yeah,
where
like
they got
Kerplooch or something like
hit,
that.
Got hit with shit.
Oh yeah, Kerplunk or Kaplut. Yeah,
I think you're both getting that completely wrong, but
I think it's Kerplunk-Plooch. Kerplunk-Plooch.
it's definitely something pooch.
Pooch. Muffy.
Muffy Pooch. That's it.
but it was like the big foam pad.
Right.
Obstacles and
it
things
would
move.
water underneath.
Yes,
Yeah. It
yes.
was an ABC show.
Kadong.
People are talk about people, our fans yelling at us right now. They're like, how do you fucking idiots not know the name of this show?
We
right
don't
now?
know. We're not experts.
Never been.
Never will be. Well, holy sheep shit. That was fantastic. American Gladiators.
Wow. Never thought I'd see him.
Yeah, it's good.
On this show, at
it's a
least.
treat. Well, I didn't either because I had no idea it was in the 80s.
Agreed.
Hey, as we know, if it's got its toes in the water, it's fair game.
Yep.
Well, that's episode 35. American Gladiators is officially on the wall of shame. If you disagree, you're wrong. But without further ado, any other comments, questions, areas of concern, on-air retractions before we wrap it up?
I think it was called Wipeout or Total Wipeout.
Yes, we were totally wrong.
Kerplooch was pretty close,
Here we go.
though.
It's almost there.
Let's give it a retraction. Retraction time. Kerplooch. Wipeout. Kerplunk. Kerplooch. Muffy. Nope. Wipeout.
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 Kerplooch.
Well, with that, until next week, I'm John.
Ryan.
Peter.
This is a Super 80s podcast friend. Towels. Hers. His. Kerplooch.
You can't declare